Welcome to your ROH review for March 17th, 2012. I'm Marvelous Mark from the Off the Rope Show. And the first match of the night is Adam Cole against the psychedelic superstar Chris Silvio. Well, first you have a promo from Cole. He's talking about how he beat the ROH World Heavyweight Champion Davey Richards in that tag team match at the 10th anniversary show. But he also talks about how Kyle O'Reilly did not show him any respect after the match, either him or Eddie Edwards. But, well, I digress from that. Matt starts out, Kevin Kelly's talking about how Chris Silvio is kind of like a modern day Austin Idol. He's known as the Universal Heartthrob. And he's also talking about Superstar Billy Graham, the man of the hour, the Tower Power, he's too sweet to be sour. And he's also talking about he's like Jesse the Body Ventura. He was once a Navy SEAL. But could you see he could be like a little bit of the Macho Man himself? Ooh, yeah, dig it. Yeah. But I thought it was good. A good statement that he made. And then Kyle O'Reilly is also out there doing color commentary. It's kind of nice that somebody out of that tag team match is actually trying to get heel heat, like O'Reilly himself. But basically, all this match did was to set up a match between O'Reilly and Cole at the March 31st show. And which he accepts, and that's basically all I can say about that match. Cole went over with the Florida Key, which is nothing more than a German suplex with a bridge. But Cole won the match, as he should have. Okay, next up you had a recap of the Jimmy Jacobs Kevin Steen match from the 10th anniversary show. I did not watch this pay-per-view because I didn't feel like getting it, and I still haven't watched it. I probably won't, but just from what I saw on the recap of the match, it looked like it was really good. Probably the best match on the show, I'm guessing. Probably because it has Kevin Steen in it, and that's one of the few reasons to watch ROH right now. Anyway, there's an in-ring interview with him and Kevin Kelly. Kevin Steen comes out there with looked like one of Jim Cornette's tennis rackets, and his theme music's kind of been altered a little bit to get at Davey Richards, which is cool. I think that match at Showdown in the Sun should have been him and Davey Richards for the title on the March 31st show, but can't always get what we want, I guess. But anyway, he just talks about how Jim Cornette's going to kiss his feet, which really stink. His ass, which is even worse. Then he wants him to kiss his balls, which then brings out Cornette, and he says he got an email from somebody who hasn't been there in a while. And he found because Steen doesn't have an opponent for the March 30th show down in Florida, so he tells him that it's going to be his worst nightmare, and it turns out it's going to be him against El Generico, his former tag team partner. But that's basically what that is. I really think that March 31st show, he shouldn't be fighting Eddie Edwards. This is just my own personal opinion here, but he should not be fighting Eddie Edwards. He should be fucking fighting Kevin Steen for the ROH World title. I'm just saying here. But that's just what I think. Next. Okay, next you have the Inside ROH segment with Kevin Kelly talking about the Showdown in the Sun on March 30th and 31st. And if I can be serious for a minute, they show a promo in a gym where Lance Storm's working out. He's talking about getting Mike Bennett's attention, and he says he's been training longer than he has been alive. He's been a competitive athlete all his life, and just because you're semi-retired doesn't mean you're over the hill. Blah 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 blah. But he says it's not about having a hot girlfriend, which Bennett does have in Maria, but here's a little rhetorical question. What if Dawn Marie was to show up there? I'm just kind of throwing that out there, but I think that'd be pretty good actually. But he just basically talks about how everybody has dedication in the company except for Bennett, and it's like, just if you think I'm an old fart, you better think again. Well, he's still younger than me, but I digress from that. Then you got Davey Richards talking about his matches at Showdown in the Sun, the triple threat match with Strong and Edwards, and then the next night he has to fight Michael Elgin, which may or may not be for the heavyweight title. And like I said before, Michael Elgin should not be fighting for the title. It should be Kevin motherfucking Steen. But anyway, then you got the Briscoes and Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team promo. They're going back and forth, and then Kevin Kelly talks about this March Mayhem match. There are these series of matches that are going on TV. First match, which I will get to in the main event. But there's like 8 different wrestlers in it. You got Jay Lethal, you got Roderick Strong, you got Tommaso Ciampa, you got Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Michael Elgin, Eddie Edwards, and the prodigy Mike Bennett. Each guy's putting up $1,500 of their own money. And if my math is correct, 1,500 times 8 is $12,000. And ROH is also putting up $12,000, so there's $24,000 into the pot. Geez, it's kind of like a 401k plan where you put in so much money, and say you put in about 5 or 6% of your check, and the company matches it. Well, that's kind of what we're doing here. There's a match this week. There'll be a match next week. I will get to at the end. And then the other 2 matches are in 2 weeks, and then this whole final 4-way will be on April 7th. Okay, next you had a recap of the match at the ROH 10th anniversary show between Jay Lethal and Tommaso Ciampa for the ROH World TV title. Match ended up in a draw. They show him fighting up until the bell, and then after the match, Jay Lethal gets attacked by Ciampa, and then finally he gives them the movie called Project Ciampa. And then he leaves with the ROH World TV title belt, and he still has it, and well, possession is 9/10 of the law, so I guess they'll probably have fun getting it away from him, but they'll have to do it somehow. Which then leads into the main event, which it's the first of the 4 March Mayhem matches. It's Roderick Strong along with Truth Martini against the ROH World TV Champion Jay Lethal. Thoughts on the match is it was really a back and forth type of match. I thought match lasted about 15-16 minutes. You saw a lot of not really a lot of interference, but enough interference from Truth Martini, and then finally towards the end of the match, Michael Elgin also comes out. He tries to climb up on the apron. Jay Lethal throws Roderick Strong gets knocked into Elgin, which knocks him off the apron, and Strong gets rolled up for the pin, which means that Lethal will go into that final. He's going into that final 4-way match again on April 7th, and therefore Roderick Strong's out He's out $1,500, and that's about all I can say about that one. It was decent. It was a decent match. It wasn't really a lot to write home about, but it was decent. Okay, final thoughts on the show itself. I'm really hoping that Jay Lethal gets moved up into the main event picture as soon as possible. I mean, yeah, even if you're gonna take the World TV title off him, I think it would be good for him, because I think the sooner you get him into the main event picture, the better. I think they can always have him drop the strap to Tommaso Ciampa. He's already got the belt anyway. You might as well let him have it for real. But other than that, I want to fucking see Kevin Steen and Davey fucking Richards. I mean, oh my god. If I have to see Davey Richards with the title too much longer, I think I'm gonna go because God, he's boring. But Kevin Steen is the best reason to watch ROH right now. I mean, he is the #1 reason to watch this show. I mean, yeah, you can also make a case for the Briscoe brothers. They are very entertaining to watch. Mike Bennett and Maria. The more I see Maria on television, the better. They don't show Mike Mondo quite enough. He's a pretty entertaining guy himself. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the show down below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so up above if you haven't already. This is Marvelous Mark signing off for the Off the Rope Show. Since 2010, we've been entertaining ourselves while you watch us. Good night, everybody.